Hello, can you hear me? I have a feeling you can't, but I'm waiting for a special someone to tell me if he can hear me. I'm testing my new setup here, and my guess is that no one's able to hear me right now, and that if I unmute myself, I will go on that reckless, the okay. Yay! He can hear me! And you spelled here wrong. Just kidding, honey. That's funny. Let's see. See, I'll show you guys. That's my husband right there. And he can hear me, which means you can hear me. I was just teasing him because he spelled here wrong. Okay. Awesome. I'm gonna share a quick thing I've been working on, and this is happy to share what I've been working on, but also wanted to check out this new crazy setup I've got to do live streams with. So I'm very excited about it. So I'm going to remove myself from the stream. And John, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, John went away because I made fun of him. John? Hello, John. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to holler down to him. Hold on 1 second. Hey, can you jump back on? Thanks. All right. Waiting for John. John. John's my husband, by the way. Let's see. Where did he go? Come on back, John. Can you hear me now? I'm trying to figure out if I can be heard when I'm not streaming myself, but I only have the one camera on. I think the answer is yes, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm waiting for somebody to come on here and tell me that they can hear me. Hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Yay! He can. Yes, my husband, the Smarty Pants, is here and he can hear me. Go. Awesome. Thank you, John. I think we're good. I'm gonna keep on painting here. Well, I'm gonna start painting. I'm gonna just take this camera out of its thing so I can show everybody here what I'm working on. So I got this wooden board from Buy Nothing posting many moons ago, and I've been working on it, putting molds on. As you can see here, they've dried way over a month, and it's just been sitting here through the holidays, waiting for me to get back to it. So I don't know if you can tell, but there's like this ridge here, and there's grooves here. In the wood, in addition to the molds on top. So I'm really curious to see what happens when I put a few colors of paint and some, I don't know, embellishment wax or something on top. So here we go. I'll do a little bit of painting with you guys. If you are listening and you're watching and you want to say hi, jump on in and say hi. I'm going to I got some blue paint here that hasn't been used for a while, so I'm guessing actually I probably need to water it down just to, and water my brush a little bit too. And of course, now my phone is going to low power mode, so this will be a very quick, fun little thing for you guys to watch. Hopefully. All right. If you haven't, this is the second most molds I've ever done on a piece. And I know I actually want to water this down a little bit more to work with the molds. I might just focus on the wood part right now and come back and do the molds later. Whoops. If you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. And let me know if you've ever used molds before. These are IOD molds. I think it's, I want to say Classic a canvas, and I think there was one more mold I used in here, but I'm not remembering what it is right now. This is the more important part right in here, more so than painting the molds. So I'm going to come back over the molds, but you can kind of see, very pretty. But I want this all to be blue, and I'm going to come back in over it with a lighter color. That noise you heard is me wetting the paint just a wee bit. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's get in here. I'm going to paint this whole thing this blue, and then I'm going to come back over the molds with a lighter color, and then I'll probably hit a few other areas with a darker color. So I'm thinking three colors and some kind of wax up on top to make it sparkle and shine a little bit. And it looks like I'm going to need a smaller brush also. When I come back in for the next coat of paint, I'll be better prepared to share with you guys what I'm doing here. Okay. It took me about probably 6 to 7 hours to get all these molds in here. And that was not all at one sitting. I did it over several sittings. I think I had like music or a book on in the background, and I just kind of went into my happy meditative place, making molds, listening to a book, and relaxing just a wee bit. Very relaxing thing to do, making molds, I think. And once you kind of get into the hang of it, kind of get into a little groove when you're making it. And so I would make the mold. Kind of pretty. I would make the mold. I would make several molds at once. And these right here where I'm running my brush over, these are like these branches that are sticking up and out. And I would make a bunch of molds, and I would figure out where to place them. And my biggest struggle was, do I want to have the molds be asymmetrical or off a little bit from each other, or matchy all up and down? And then I just kind of decided, screw it, I'm gonna just come in here and do whatever the heck I wanted, depending on the mood of that day. So it's not all matchy. It is a little bit asymmetrical, but you'll see a few things off here and there. And who knows what I might do in those spaces. I don't know. We don't know. But it's coming along pretty right now, don't you think? Look, watch this. I will be going back over this with some more color, but just watch. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. So pretty. All right, get in there. I think this is very therapeutic anyways. All right. Who's watching me? Where are you from? What do you know about IOD? Like, watch me do a live before. What inspires you? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What keeps you going? What gets you painting? What gets you creative? Let me know. I want to know what you guys are doing, what you're thinking, what you're saying, what you're feeling. Pretend this is therapy, and I'm your free therapist. Let's see here. I am about to run out of battery, so I can't take too many questions at this time, since you guys are all so quiet anyways. I will come back and check later, though, to see if anybody jumped on and watched and left some comments. All right. Let's see here. Get in here. I'll do it with my left hand so you guys can see. I'm going to keep doing this until my battery runs out on my phone, and then I'll switch over to back to my, I got a second camera going here. I'll add myself to the stream so you guys can see me. Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm the Accidental Art Maker. Nice to see you guys. Say hello. Let me know where you're jumping in from. I want to get to know you guys. I'm going to keep painting here and filling some cracks in until my phone battery runs out, and then I'll be back here on the camera to say goodbye. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to go grab a smaller brush, which is right nearby. Let's see here. Let's go get one of these. So my favorite brushes. This one. This will get in the cracks really good. Okay. Let's see. Get in there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I wasn't talking to you guys right now, I would be listening to a book. I just started a really good book called, oh, hey, Jeanette from Canada. Jeanette, I don't know what I'm making. I took together these molds. Well, I got this big brown piece, and I'll share pictures of it later, but it's like just this big brown piece of wood from Buy Nothing posting. If you haven't heard of Buy Nothing, I'll fill you in on that later too. But basically, it's it was just this brown wall hanging that was very lovely in its day, and it was looking for something new on it. So it's got these. It's hard to see now because I painted it, but you can kind of see it's got these little divots in the wood. This in here, you can kind of see where my brush is going beneath. So it's got this raised wood that kind of looks like a tree, maybe like petals, like this is a petal, this is a petal, this is a petal. And I decided, I stared at it for a long time and was really trying to figure out what to do. I knew I wanted to do molds and paint on it, but I had no idea what. And at first it was going to be a Christmas tree, but Christmas has come and gone, and it wasn't meant to be a Christmas tree anyways. It is going to be some kind of new wall hanging with, I'm kind of going for the anthropology molding look, if you've seen that before. It's super cool. Yeah, so like this is the kind of thing I would picture hanging in an anthropology store, I guess, is what I'm going for right now. But that could change at any time. Yeah, thanks, Jeanette. I think it's cool too. I can't wait to put on the second coat of paint. So I'm painting all of the mold parts. I'm painting everything this blue right now, and I'll come back over the molds, and I'm probably going to paint it, I'm thinking, like a creamy color. And then on top of the creamy color, I'm going to probably do gold. That's what I'm thinking, like a gold wax embellishment on top. And then maybe with these divots that are in here, I might come in and just take advantage of that 3-dimension look that's in here and do something there. But that's to be decided. We'll see how this is looking, and I'll decide when I get closer what I want to do to it. But right now, I'm just going over the brown wood with this chalk paint and trying to get rid of all the brown, make it a pretty blue, and then kind of getting in here on the molds. Oh, see you later, Jeanette. Have a good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so I'm reading this book called 4,000 Weeks, and it's a book written by the guy who was way into productivity, especially he's well known in the like tech industry, like how to get your mailbox down to 0, like how to do everything you want to do and have work-life balance. And in this new book, he starts off by saying, we all have 4,000 weeks to live. And it's kind of depressing. It's kind of more depressing at the beginning, but then it's actually quite an amazing book. And that's what I would be listening to right now if I wasn't doing a live and testing out my camera equipment and finally getting some paint on this piece right here. Yeah, but I hope everybody is having a great wrap up to their weekend and got some art done. Actually did not get much art done at all. I had all these other things kind of pop up in my space, and kind of it was good stuff too. Like I wrote a blog this morning. I wasn't planning on writing a blog, but one just came to my head after I saw this amazing piece of art from a woman out of Germany on Facebook. She did a geisha on a bureau, and it was just stunning. It's like one of those things you see and you're like, oh my word, like how did she do that? Where did she get the ideas? And it just stops you in your tracks. I know you've seen art like that somebody else has done, and you're just like, you can't do anything else until you understand more about how this happened. And she was just wrote a very simple post saying that she had finally gotten it done. She had been thinking about it for months before she actually started working on it. And it was hand painting and stamps. And I think she said transfers. There's no molds, but it was just this beautiful geisha. It was an amazing piece of work. So I saw that and I just started thinking about all the different ways I've seen people and get inspired, and you know, they're just channeling something. It's amazing to understand how different people tap into that inspiration and just go to town painting things or transfers or stamps. And so I just went off on a tangent this morning and all the things I wanted to do today. I haven't done, well, I've done some of them. I can't say that, but wasn't even planning on doing this right now. I was planning on stamping some shirts that I've been working on for a while. And then I saw this camera equipment that my husband gave me. It's actually like this stand I put on my camera. It's like this stand right here that my camera is attached to with a ring light. It's a very fancy setup. I feel very professional. I've been using kind of like duct tape and cement blocks until this. Well, not quite cement blocks, but might as well have been. So he got me this cool stand for Christmas, and I wanted to get it. I just saw it. I was like, I want to get that up and running. So I had a plan of things I wanted to do today, but I'm very, very happy with the way the day is turning out regardless. I'm going to water. I'll show you guys what I got here. I got this bowl full of, well, not bowl full of paint. And I'm watering it down because I want to get into the molds, and I don't want a big thick coat of paint on my molds. See, I want this to be really kind of runny and drippy like this. I don't want thick paint on the molds. I want detail to stay. I want to keep the detail. So when I go back in and brush over on top, I get every point of surface I can with this. And then when I go back in and I wax it and I put in those beautiful highlights in here, I want that to have as much space to shine and show off too. So that's why I'm going to actually put a little bit more water in here. It's almost more like not quite a glaze, but you can see how watery it is. And that just kind of helps to get in these mold spaces in here a little bit easier. So who else is out there watching right now? I see somebody watching me. Could just be my husband. He's here. So if you watch the video from the beginning, you'll get the little joke there. But let's see. How are we doing here? I haven't got any battery signs, so that's good. Oh. How's it looking to you guys? Can you see where I'm taking over the brown to the blue and filling in the molds right here? Jeanette was on earlier and she was like, what are you making? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just making it. I guess it's going to be another wall hanging. Let's see here. Get in there. Let's see here. I could probably, I wonder if I could zoom in. Oh, I can zoom in. Oh my God. Is it zooming in for you? No, it's not zooming in for you. It's just zooming in for me. Yeah, I'm supposed to be testing my camera here, and I kind of got more into painting than once I figured out you guys could hear me. I just started painting and I stopped testing the mic. Now I'm testing the paint. All right, get in there. How's it looking? It's looking pretty good. I see here, here. Just shove the brush in there. Trying to shove the brush in anywhere I can still see dark brown. I want everything to be covered in this blue. If you're just joining, I'm using a well-known chalk paint brand. A well-known blue color. That's very neutral and easy to go to. Anybody out there want to talk about what they've been working on? Oh, Jinny's here. You're about to go to bed. What have you been making all day, Jinny? I want to know. Tell me. You still there, Jinny? I love hearing that you were creating all day. I want to know what you were doing. You still there? It takes a few minutes for the StreamYard sometimes for a comment to come up for me to see it. So sorry for the delay if you've been commenting and I didn't see anything until just now. Oh, hey, Jinny, tell me what you made today. What you've been working on. Been working on different things all day, one thing all day. Let's see what Jenny's working on. I'm curious. Let's see. She made a canvas, upcycled a bottle, and did and recycled a boot. Oh, you upcycled a bottle? Did you put molds on the bottle? Did you paint it? What kind of bottle? I want to know. And what kind of boot? Was it a cowgirl boot? Was it a biker boot? I have all these different pictures in my head. What did Jinny do? And canvas. You made a canvas. Does that mean like you stretched a canvas and you're getting ready to paint it, or you painted on the canvas? Let's see. She covered the bottle in clay and used a stamp to create texture. I love it. Was it an IOD stamp by any chance? I'm just curious if it would be one I recognized. No, mixed media on canvas. Okay, cool. A big canvas, little canvas. I'd love to see a picture of the boot too. I have these pair of brand new leather boots that I got from the Nike employee store when I was contracting there over the summer. And They're these soft brown leather boots. They're actually men boots, but I've been wanting to stamp them with something. It's on my list of projects to do, but I want to make them more feminine while at the same time look like I could pull a Nancy Sinatra on you. Oh, it was the other brand, another brand of boot. Oh, I upcycle anything and everything. I love you, Jinny. I think we're kindred spirits here. Oh, a boot? Like something you drink out of? So not something you would put on your foot. Not that kind of boot. Is there another kind of boot? Like I think of boot, I think of that's what they call it, the trunk of a car. I think over in London. What kind of boot did Jinny upcycle? The other kind. What does that mean? Is it something funky? The boot was a Doc Martin boot. Oh, okay. So it was an actual shoe. I love it. Was it? So did you get it like from like a thrift store? My daughter and I go to the thrift store all the time, and she just found a pair of Doc Martin brand new boots, size 10 in a woman's shoe, which is not easy to do. And she got them for like $7. It was crazy. I couldn't believe she has a very good nose in the thrift stores. So what'd you do to the boot? What color was the boot when you started, and what did it look like when you were done? Jinny, I love you. Those are the best places to get things, is the side of the road. And when you have a friend that will pick something up off the side of the road and send it to you, that's an awesome friend. This makes my day. I want to tell your friend I love her too. You know that boot has a story, right? It's like that boot ended up on the side of the road and it has some kind of story. There's some person probably sobering up with only one shoe on, wondering what the hell happened to the other boot. So funny. Oh my gosh. What did you do? What did you do to the boot? Oh, other brand transfers. Got it. And mixed media on the boot. That's fine. There's other things out there. I am an IOD stockist, but that does not mean I am only going to work with IOD stuff. There's lots of really great products out there. You know, I haven't actually tried transfers from another vendor. I got wholly sucked into IOD from the get-go. And I don't think I've tried any other transfers. I've tried other stamps, but other transfers. So you put a transfer on a boot, and then, so what was the material of the boot, if you don't mind me asking? And then, you put sunflowers on it. Okay, so did you like do a top coat on the boot first and then put the transfer down and then do another top coat on top to seal it? I want to know, Jinny. Tell me what you did. Oh, Jane is here. Jane. Is that your handle? Let's see. I used a sunflower mold. Okay, got it. Sorry, I'm a little slow, I guess. Used a sunflower mold on a boot. I would love to see a picture of that. Are you on the IOD Creative Tribe page? Well, you probably can't post it there, right? Since it's not IOD, huh? Yeah. You did seal, transfer seal. Okay, cool. I would really love to see it. You should go send it to my Facebook page if you want. I'd love to see it there. God, that sounds fascinating. I have seen people paint boots and then like put like use them like as a base. And I've seen them do things with boots and then like use it to hold things like tools or paintbrushes. What's your final intention for the boot? Or do you have one just for fun and you like to upcycle it? I'll push this down a little bit. This is what it looked like before I started. Right here, this dark brown. You can see the dark brown here. Yeah, I got to squirt a little bit more paint in. Water it down. Mix it up. Let's see. This will be good for here. You guys see this dark brown? I think it will be, it's going to probably like this outside area right here. We'll need another coat of blue paint because where it's drying, it doesn't look like there's any stain coming through, but it's drying and kind of cracking and thinning like right around here. We can't really see it, but probably going to need a little bit more blue paint before I'm done here. You still there, Jenny? I want to know more about the boot. I'm making up a story in my head about the guy who lost his boot. Was it a boot for a guy or a woman's boot? Because then I need to kind of change the story. It looks gray. All right. If you're just joining, jump on in and say hi and let me know where you're joining from. I am painting this wonderful brown thing. This wall hanging was all brown. Got it from Buy Nothing from Facebook. Added these molds onto it, and now I'm painting it. Its first color of paint, and it was a very dark piece, like dark as in I could see it like on a tiki lounge wall or something like that. Like it had like this Polynesian vibe to it. But it definitely needed a facelift. Oh, a female boot. Okay. All right. So a female boot. I'm going to think of a positive way she lost her boot, or they lost their boot. Could have been a guy wearing a female boot. She was throwing it out the window at somebody she never wanted to see again, and she didn't care she lost her Doc Marten boot. Jenny, do you ever give stories to things that you find? Like how they got to the place that they were by the side of the road, or you just pick it up and go with it? Do you let your clay dry? Yes. So I typically don't like waiting for things to dry either, but this was such a big piece. Like this is, you see how much molding there is on here. I did the molding over probably like over a couple of weeks actually, and I let it dry. in between, and then Christmas happened. So basically it's just been sitting here uh, drying for probably about a month now. Yeah, sounds about right. Probably about a month. Um, and so it's been all dry. If it's going to crack, it's cracked. I'm going to work with the cracks to kind of enjoy the making it look a little bit aged. Yeah, I like the drunk story too. She got really drunk. She got a rock in her shoe, stumbling home, and took it off and lost her shoe and hobbled home with one shoe on. You wonder, yeah. I love making up stories for things that I find. I found so many things on the side of the road. I live nowhere near the ocean. My daughter and I found a surfboard by the side of the road. How did that get there? That was crazy. The surfboard is now in my backyard. It's never been used, but it's also not by the side of the road anymore. Yeah, there's a lot. I went through, I think this is like it's like a pack and a half of air dry clay easily. Do I have a vision? So my vision originally started off to make this like a Christmas tree and use molds to make it look like Christmas ornaments on these branches here. See, this looks kind of like it looks kind of like a tree, right? Like how it goes all the way up here. Like this is the tippy top of the tree right here. So I kind of saw that as the tippy top of the tree. And then these would be branches I would hang Christmas ornaments from or make Christmas ornaments for, but I just never got around to it. Well, by the time I started it, I didn't want it to be a Christmas tree anymore. So you can kind of see like right here, I kind of started off with like, you know, popcorn strings, but I ended up thinking I wanted this not to be a seasonal piece. Like I wanted it felt to me like it wanted to be, I don't know, like the vibe I was getting from this was something classy. Not that it wasn't classy before. I mean, it definitely had a very distinct feel to it, but like it really wanted to have more than one surface and have lots of little, I don't know, like it just kind of felt like it wanted more. Like it wanted more than just a coat of paint, which I could have easily done and, you know, painted the branches here like a green. I could have been, you know, the background could have been blue with these little divots in here. I could make them clouds, but it wanted more. I don't know, like, and then it got more. Let's see. She got drunk and her boots were new and hurting her feet. And she took them off in a taxi and threw one out the window. All right. I like that. Sounds very Sex in the City. If you're old school, I don't know how old you are, Jenny. Maybe there's a younger TV story that would happen on too. But I have definitely taken off high heels and throw them, toss them, and never wear them again because they've hurt my feet so much. And maybe I was a little bit drunk, but I haven't thrown away boots. Boots are just too hard for me to take off. To me, what you can see is an owl. I saw an owl too. And then it kind of like something growing out of the owl with like the feather on top, like two owls with maybe a baby owl sitting on top. So, oh, we're close in age. You know, Sex in the City. Well, you probably do. Yeah, I think Samantha's the type to lose a shoe, actually, but I think the other ones love their shoes too much. Let's see here. Yeah, you're not old. You're not old. Trust me, you are just getting started. I can tell. I love that you're upcycling things. I think, how long have you been upcycling for? I started upcycling in my 40s when I was in a very unhappy marriage. And I think recycling was like a way to, it's like a therapy or something, to know that things are worthy. Even if they are left on the side of the road, you can still make so much out of things that have been tossed aside. No metaphors there at all. you can't wear heels or you can wear heels. I love wearing heels, but since the pandemic, I haven't really had to go anywhere where I would need to wear heels. I wear socks and slippers around the house, and I mostly work from home now. So when I do go out, I actually usually do wear boots, especially right now in the wintertime where I'm at. Let's see here. Oh, you're in Scotland. I love Scotland. One of the best nights of my life was in Glencoe, Scotland. My sister and I were doing a road trip, and we started out in London. And I made the very smart decision after never ever, I haven't driven a stick in like 20 years, and made the very smart decision to rent a stick, because that's the only kind that you guys have over there, in the middle of London and drive to Stonehenge. And I might have accidentally hurt some cars on the way out of London as I was, the first time I ever went through a traffic circle in London in a stick shift, driving on the wrong side of the road. I pretty much went through the roundabout. It was very bad, Jinny, very bad. And then made it to Stonehenge. Anyways, that's another story. But Glencoe, we met the funniest people there, mostly men, of course. My sister and I were young and single at the time. So after a trip to Edinburgh, which everybody has to go to, an amazing place, we ended up in this place called Glencoe, and my sister especially, met this guy whose nickname was Biscuits. And I won't tell you how he got that name, but it is very funny. It's probably not appropriate here. It was very appropriate when I learned about the story at a pub one night. But my sister and I were sitting in this really awesome pub in Glencoe, probably like our third or fourth night there, and we lost track of time somehow. And we were supposed to meet my mom in Dublin. She was flying in from the States, and we were supposed to meet her in Dublin. And I thought it was Thursday night, but I found out that it was Friday night, and I forced my sister to get into the car and drive all night long down to Holyhead, where we caught we ditched the rental car, and we took a ferry over to Dublin. And my mom beat us by like 10 minutes or something, but she's never let me forget about it because she never traveled internationally before, and it was like her biggest fear was being in a country by herself where she didn't know anybody, even though she could speak the language and everything. And yeah, that was an interesting trip. It was more fun when it was just me and my sister, as you can probably imagine. Oh, you're not Scottish. I don't mind my playing it. It's probably because I'm all excited and sounding like a duck. Okay, that's probably my signal that my battery is wearing down. But I think it's kind of funny. I told a story about Scotland and I sounded like a duck. Is it better when I'm not talking so loud or so close to the phone? Hopefully it is. I want to know where you are in Scotland. I want to come. I love Scotland. I would love to visit again. There's a wonderful furniture painter. I don't know if she's in Scotland, but I know she delivers furniture to Scotland. I think she might be in Wales, now that I'm thinking about it. Hello. My phone just died. That's why I was sounding like a duck. Yeah, so my phone can't, my phone is dead, and that's my camera to the artwork that I'm doing. So I'm going to sign off here. Jinny, it was great talking to you. And the village in Dumfries and Galloway. Okay, I'll look that up on a map. I'm just really curious. Would love to connect with you on Facebook, and if we're not already, I'll find you. But thanks so much for tuning in and chatting with me. I love the story Was the boot found in Scotland too, like on the side of the road? Because that adds more to the story, because it's a Scottish woman who got drunk and lost her boot. And that adds a whole new spin to it. Okay. All right, well, this is Sharon from Accidental ArtMaker. I am going to sign off. It was great talking to you, Jenny. Hope you guys enjoyed my painting, and I'll bring it back on when I'm doing the next coat of paint. Have a really great night. Bye.